Hello and welcome to Crew 42's coverage of the River City Open presented by Great Lakes Disc and Discraft. We are here playing at Brewer Park with our FPO lead card. This is round 2 on our front 9. So far there have been not a lot of birdies.
Yeah, the birdies
a lot of pars
are challenging to get out here.
So here are our current standings after day 1. Any significant condition differences from day 1 and day 2?
And not that I can remember. I think it rained Friday night, so it might be a little more wet today.
Okay. Oh, we probably should introduce ourselves. I'm Grace Dykema on the mic.
I'm Amanda Melwiki.
Awesome. And we get to see her commentate and play today.
That's
Super
a little
fun.
nerve-wracking.
So hole 1, par 3, 274 feet. This one's kind of tricky. Almost everyone's probably going to go out towards the right gap and try to just throw a hyzer to get one. This one, it should be easy, and I feel like there's just always a little bit of trouble in it.
Here we have your lead FPO card. First on the box,
Mr. Shea of Great Lakes Disc.
Lindsay Messner.
Lindsay is our leader at +1, starting us off today.
She goes to the left of the tree, but it looked like she was going for the right. It's kind of how she lined it up.
I think it just hyzered out a little more than she thought it was going to.
Amanda Melwiki.
Alright, here you are. What are you throwing on this tee?
I like to throw a crave
Alright.
and just let it go straight and hyzer in. I definitely released that way too early.
Next
You
up,
stayed in bounds,
representing
though.
Millennium
Yep, just hit
Disc,
those trees and
Lauren
drop down, so that's
Butler.
fine. And then we got Lauren, who was on our coverage for last round. Looks like all of us are just really having trouble hitting that initial
Looks
gap.
like a little bit of wind,
And rounding
maybe.
out your day 2. Rounding out your day 2 FPO lead card, representing Great Lakes Disc, Alisha Grace-Schafer.
And Alisha again, who we also had on last round. There we go.
That's the gap, and she gets all the way into the circle.
Ladies, best of luck. Have a great time.
Looks like Lauren's up first just to pitch up to save par.
Good use of that ground play there.
Yeah.
I think first round we had a couple of unexpected ground plays that this time she was able to use to her advantage. You almost a slight run there.
Yeah.
Getting aggressive already on the first hole.
Yeah, but hole 1 is one you definitely want to get. So
Oh, yes.
I think depending on where you are, I think a lot of people will just try to run it.
Yes, for sure.
Alisha is definitely giving this one a go. Ooh, just a little
just
high.
high. We had 3 birdies on the day here. Interesting. We had 3 birdies, but it averaged exactly at even par. I would have expected it to average a little easier. I feel like this one's a pretty gettable hole.
Alisha was a little wide on that putt. I wonder if the OB cart path on the side there came into play with all the bogeys that were had. Lindsay for her par.
There.
Alisha with the unfortunate start with the bogey, but still lots of golf left. And Lauren and I will just clean up our pars.
First hole nerves out of the way. Now moving on to hole 2.
Yep. All right, hole 2, par 3, 312 feet. You'll see most people play this left-hand side and try to do either like a flip-up turnover or just a full-on turnover shot to just get it right to the base of this tree or to the basket. Anywhere around the trees in there is a good landing zone. This is another hole that is really gettable for the FPO field, so everybody's trying to get this one.
Definitely.
Trying to get those birdies early because there's not many late.
A little early there from Lindsay, but she gets a lot of ground play.
Yeah, she'll have an awkward look, but she'll have a look. I usually go wave on this one just to make sure I get it down there.
Looks like a great line.
Yep.
Also filtering a little bit to that tree.
Yep.
Those little tiny twig trees may be a little bit in your way. Lauren with her throw. This looks maybe a little no, all the way there.
Yep, that's a great shot. That's more of the turnover play that you'll see people play. Alisha also going with a little bit of turnover. Circle's edge.
Ooh, tricky lineup here.
Yeah, just those little trees in the way. Looks like she wasn't going for it, probably just a layup. I have these trees to deal with as well. Way wide on that, and short. Oh. Looked like it was a little, a little right out of her hand.
Everyone having tricky looks at the basket other than Lauren here, if she can capitalize. Oh, so close.
Yeah, and that's kind of unusual because this is definitely one that FPO wants to get, and to not have any birdies on lead card, that's
definitely
a little
surprising.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
We had 2 birdies on the day here, but once again, this will average exactly par.
I believe it.
So everyone just tapping out here.
Lauren with her turbo putt.
Oh, yes.
Just tapping in for par. Easy par. I'm okay with that.
For sure.
I mean, we all want the birdie on this hole, but
stress-free pars
stress-free
are not bad
par is
here.
not bad. Yeah.
All right, hole 3, par 3, 382 feet. This one, most people are kind of trying to throw over that dead stump and somewhere through this gap. The main error is to turn it over too early. So a lot of people end up in that shore that person was on the right, or that they throw it too straight, end up on the junk on the left. This one, I would say the main thing is fairway over distance.
Yes. Yeah, you'll see a lot of placement shots from people off the tee for this one.
We'll see how aggressive Lindsay gets.
This looks like a great shot.
Good. Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's a great shot. She'll have a good look at the basket from there.
Yeah, good maturity there to not, because so many people try to get all the way to the basket.
Yes.
On that one, and instead just playing for the fairway.
Mine is just
This one looks a little
pretty high.
but fairway.
Yep.
Anywhere at the near that mouth is honestly a very fine play to be in. This hole playing as the second hardest hole of the day. So if that tells you why these ladies are playing it safe. Yeah. And this looks like a great job.
Yeah,
there from
another
Lauren.
great shot. You can really see not a lot of us are trying to get all the way down there because it's very difficult to get all the way down to the basket.
Well, and at least my experience is the majority of the time, even if you get down there, you don't have a great putt.
Yeah.
And so to take that danger out of there, just doing something like this towards the top. Yeah, so nobody's showing the real teeth of this hole here. Alisha with the hardest look with a little turnover.
That was a
That
great
was good.
shot.
Yeah, great control there. This one can go very downhill, both literally and figuratively on this one.
Also had a similar look to
Yeah.
Alisha, but just gets yanked over a little bit to the right. Lindsay just lays it up. Probably
Little
a
true
favorable
love.
kick. Lauren, similar look.
My mistake. This one played as the third hardest hole of the day.
Giving that one a little bit of a run there. Trying to save par. This is for Lindsay's par. Great putt.
Good tap in there on the or like, that's not a tap in, that one's a good conversion. And Lauren oh,
Lauren just kind of sped through that one real quick.
I'm surprised she sped through the second one too.
Yeah, she brushed kind of both of those. Luckily, the other one went in.
Ooh.
I also sped through that, and I
Oh.
always have a routine, even if I'm gonna do a tap in.
Yep.
And I didn't do it, and
Yep.
that's what I get.
I am the same way. I don't care if it's a tap in. I need to do my full routine because otherwise I start doing the most randomest of shanks.
Yep. Hole 4, par 5, 795 feet. This is an unusual hole. You want to just throw something far and straight off the tee because there is a mando on the right to get up this hill. So once you get to your tee shot, you'll want to throw something either up the right or the left gap and make it up to this opening here, where you will then throw all the way down to the basket, weaving through these trees, and hopefully get in for a par. Birdie is definitely an option here, but you have to have 3 amazing shots to
For
get
sure.
birdie here. Lindsay, this one looks like it is going nice and straight, a little close to that right side, but she is going to have a great look up the hill there.
Yeah, good distance there. It's definitely more open on the right side of the fairway versus the left. It can get a little pinch towards that mando tree.
Yeah, you definitely, if you land on the right side, you're going to have a much better look. Because if you're on the left, then it might be too difficult to get around the mando. Alicia's turned hers over a little too much there. She's going to have an interesting look from where she is there.
Looking good from Lauren if this holds.
Yeah.
She's in the gap, and I think that it's good enough to make the mando.
I think it is too. That was a long
That
drive.
is, yeah, that is crushed. That should be an optimal position, I think, for the upshot. It's not really an upshot, it's a second drive. This one looks really good from you, too. You might be a little early, though, a pinch.
Yeah. Yeah, Alisha kind of have to doing this weird patent pending stance here. It looks like she makes it. That's
Yeah.
a great shot from where she
Great
was.
balance on that one. I always struggle with my patent pendings to get a good release angle.
Yeah.
So good control on that one.
Lindsay has a great visual of up the hill from where she is. That was a great shot.
All the way to the top.
All
of
the way
hill.
to the top.
Awesome.
That is impressive. Those trees are hard
There's
to
so
navigate.
many plinko holes through there where I'll just see people hit and hit again. It's crazy. So you haven't missed Amanda, but you've got
A lot of
tight
work.
one there.
Yeah. It was a little too tight, a little too wide, and hit that tree. Lauren is also a little pinched off here. She makes it up the hill.
Makes it up the hill. Yeah, that is probably one of the best drives I've seen on this hole. It's so hard to get past the Mando tree on this one in a good spot.
It is.
Because I would say the couple ones that I do see that get past end up somewhere like where you are, where they get pinched behind a tree.
Yeah. So I'm going for this left gap here. Try to get down to the pin after my disc got knocked down.
Good shot from you. You got a lot of distance there.
It always feels good once you get out of
Yes.
this mess here and actually onto the fairway looking at the basket.
It's left, like you've left half of the hole, or at least the hardest part of it behind.
Yeah. Alisha just trying to get up over the hill.
Lauren from the far right side of the fairway.
And I couldn't really see what happened, but it looks like she got pretty far
Yeah.
down there.
Judging by her reaction, it doesn't seem like it's anything bad happened.
Yeah. Lindsay, that was a great second shot. Her third shot was unfortunately a little low, but
Into
she's
the ground,
still
But
middle fairway.
yep, lots of big skip from her. Alisha showing off her forehand.
A little turned over.
Yeah.
Well, she made it fairly far down there.
Yeah. This is tracking good in the circle. So I think that's for a birdie.
I don't remember.
I might be mistaken. I'm very bad at keeping score.
I know. It's hard. It's hard on this hole that we've already had to count so many shots on. I believe this hole played the most difficult for the day.
Let me
For this
check.
round.
I believe that is true. Yep, hole 4 averaging 1.14 over par.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty high.
That's tricky. Yep.
Yeah. Lindsay gets up there for a close putt for her par. Alisha just laying that one
good
up.
Control there.
Yeah, good putt.
Good putt there. Doing her full routine.
Yep, for par. So this par feels good on this hole.
Definitely.
Ooh,
Just catches. Basket love there.
bogey struggle a little bit with the trees there. This will be for Lindsay's par. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Just a little high. She'll tap in for bogey.
Not the same basket love you got.
No, that is unfortunate too, because she played that hole as
she
perfect as you
did.
could. Alisha with the bogey.
Now that everybody's had their putting load for the day.
Honestly, unless you have something terrible happen, bogey feels good on the hole.
Oh, yes, for sure. Hole 5, par 4, 667 feet. This one, you're really trying to land somewhere around this red tee, anywhere around here. You can kind of make your own fairway. There's no real OB on this one. You don't want to be in the junk way off to the left, but otherwise, you just kind of shop it. Wow. I can't words. Oh my
Shot
goodness.
shape?
There we go. That's the word. You're shaping your shots. That's what I was
There
trying to
we
say. Based on where you land.
Lauren just pumps one out straight, which is what you want to do. You really just want to go as straight as you can off your tee shot to give yourself the most options for your second shot. And there really isn't too much danger on this hole unless you go into the left rough.
Yep.
Then that could be a little tricky on that side.
Good shot there from Lindsay. She might be a little tucked up under that tree.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite tell how she finished.
Alisha, it's turning over just a little bit.
A little much, but that is okay.
Yeah, there's lines over
It's unfortunate
there.
to not get as much distance, but really from there, the scramble game is very doable on this hole. This is looking like a great drive from you. Lots of distance. Ooh, and even a little tree kick.
Just a little tree kick at the end there.
Hopefully that one helped you to get a better line.
Yeah, Alisha, it looks like it's a tight window.
Yeah.
She's got some options. That was a great shot from where
Great
she
shot.
was.
A little kick at the end, but doesn't take off too much distance. Should have a easy up and down from there. Here comes Lindsay, forced to a standstill around this tree. Actually, this one might be a standstill by choice. It doesn't look like that tree was in her way.
Yeah, she wasn't too close to it. It definitely looked like from her drive she was going to be tucked right up to it.
Yeah. And she's playing way up the right side, which might be intentional.
Yeah. My second shot hits a tree. Can't catch a break. This hole is definitely just hard to navigate.
Definitely.
You get a lot of options, but it
you're-
doesn't mean they're wide open options.
No. And honestly, like, there's so many options that it can be hard to commit to one of them.
Yes. Lauren gets way up there.
Way up there.
This will be my third shot. Right up there, maybe circle's
Yeah.
edge.
Amazing control there from
Yeah,
Lindsay.
that was a great, nice controlled shot.
Came in with like no speed, so it just sat right down.
Yeah, you can get a lot of ground play off that dirt if
Oh,
you throw something
yes.
too fast.
Yeah, I would definitely consider this like a grassy course, but I would say the basket area can be very skippy sometimes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Alisha, a nice shot just to get it right up close to the basket.
Lauren with a long putt opportunity.
Good run. Just a little left.
Actually, you did say we had that rain, so it's probably going to be some less skips than we had yesterday.
Yeah. Saved my par
Great
after
putt.
that tree hit on my second shot. Good par from Lindsay. Really, par isn't too challenging on this hole. It's just, I mean, it's almost inevitable that you're gonna hit a tree.
Oh, definitely.
It just depends on
Yeah.
what shot it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels, from local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
It's Master.
Hole 6, par 4, 579 feet. This tee shot is real tricky. You want to hit this gap with these two trees, and then the best landing zone is going to be over this dried up creek and in this dirt area here or close to the short pin.
Yeah, as far left as you can get.
Yep. And then for your second shot, you're just going to have to navigate these trees to get up here to the basket. And it's not too challenging of a par 4, but that tee shot is what gets a lot of people.
Well, and when you say it's not too challenging, this one actually played as the second hardest hole on the day.
Oh,
+1.
I believe that because this tee shot can really get you.
Yeah, it's
And-
easy to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, where Lauren made this gap, but where she landed, she's not going to have a real good look at the basket.
True.
Lindsay kind of getting some weird tree action back there.
Alisha looking to get some good distance from here.
Oh, and just kicks the tree. She's going to kind of have an awkward lie from over there.
This looks good from you. Over the creek and left. That
Yep,
works.
That's all you can ask for. You definitely want to be more farther forward than that, but just being over that creek bed is a good landing zone to be in.
Oh, for sure.
Alicia just kind of forced to kind of pitch one out from where she is. She at least still gets
Yeah,
good distance
that's
on
great
it.
distance and a good spot to finish in. We'll see. I think she should have a choice on which side of the big tree she goes on,
Yep.
depending on where she exactly finished. Ooh,
Unfortunate tree.
Yeah. Well, and not the nicest kick.
Yeah, see, Lauren's just kind of has like an awkward look at it. There's not really anything she can do except go around all these trees. And she does. She gets up there.
You've got some. It's very nice because once you get past the creek, you've got some clear footing, which is very helpful.
Yeah.
No, you hit that tree.
I unfortunately threw it low and in that tree. So now I'm going to have to make up some more distance to get to the basket.
Oh, catch another tree.
Another tree.
These trees are. I can see how this average went over par with how these trees are acting right now.
Yeah, it's making more sense now that I'm watching this.
I would say on a normal day, this hole is not compared to the rest of the course. It's not overly challenging.
Yeah, when I
But-
think about the hardest holes on the course, this is not one I
This is
usually
not up
think of.
there.
Alicia getting up there. Lindsay left that one a little short. Looks like she might be outside the circle.
And this one does play very uphill from about where Lauren's standing and up.
Yes.
It can be tricky to get at least I struggle sometimes with the footing, I feel like on this one, to get power on the uphill. I don't know what it is. This hole especially.
Yeah.
It just gets me. Actually, all of this scores. Basically, I just can't throw hills is what I'm now realizing.
I was definitely trying to throw that
Ooh,
one
yes,
in.
great run. Oh, just low. Right on line, though. You're lining up this comebacker. Oh, yes. Great bogey save. Unfortunate to be left in that position, but definitely a confidence building putt
Yes.
to come back from that one.
Yeah, I'm still always glad to make putts like that,
Of course.
even if it is for bogey.
Uh,
Lauren was just a little right on hers. Alicia, great putt for Alicia for par. And that was a good par save from where
Oh,
she
yeah.
was.
Lauren with a long comebacker. Oh,
Low again.
unfortunate double. This hole.
Yeah.
it can go bad very easily, and there's a lot of opportunities where it can go bad.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Lindsay as well with the double bogey.
Hole 7, par 4, 613 feet. This one can be really tricky. So you don't want to be in the junk on the right, but then also that island on the left can be super tricky. It's inbounds, but very tricky. You've got to throw it under those branches, and you're kind of trying to land somewhere around that island, but obviously not in it. And then most people will go to the right side and just throw something kind of straight up towards the basket. Once again, a tricky play to get the height right, because you can either go like under the branches or over them, but also just to get the angle right, because you don't want to be in that junk early, but you also don't want to hit the branches on the left.
Yeah, this is a tricky hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of areas where it like pinpoints into just, I guess, like the fairway just kind of narrows for the gaps you have to hit.
Yeah, this gap is definitely hard to hit. Like you said, with the branches that hang down, you're throwing from uphill to downhill and have to go under those branches.
Yep. Well, and all of the gaps you have to hit are late gaps.
Yep.
And this one, I just barely get
unfortunately
caught up in
getting
that
caught
island.
up in that. And that stuff, it kind of depending on where you land, but for the most part, it is tough.
It's very punishing.
Yeah.
Both footing and also it can be really hard to get a full throw in.
Yes.
This looks overturned.
Yeah, Lauren is going in that right side,
She gets
which
through
is...
a lot of it, though.
She does. She definitely looked like she made some distance up in there, but it can be challenging to find your way out of there. Lindsay hoping
Lindsay
this
heading
one
towards
makes
that
it.
island.
Oh,
And she makes
she
it
makes
through.
it through. That was a great
And all the way
drive.
to the left side.
This is an unfortunate
Oh, yeah, that's
stance here because, like you said, it's
tricky.
hard to get your full reach back, and
Yeah, there's a lot of... Ooh, we got a lot of water here. This is
Lot
kind of
of
the low
water.
spot of
Yeah.
the course.
Lauren just having to pitch something out from where she is.
Looks like she's going for a roller. And
Not bad, middle of
yeah.
the fairway.
There is some OB in the long grass, but that's... If you didn't watch our front nine, Brewer has a lot of, like, the short fairways that we can see, some medium grass, as I call it, which is... Seems like it should be, like, off the fairway, but it is still in bounds. This one where the orange flags, if you can see them, a little bit on the left, you can see some, and those are where the actual OB is. Lindsay pulled that one far to the right. That's going to be a tricky spot to recover from.
Yeah. You can see where it rained last night, and this was
Yeah.
just a lot of standing water. You can
Ooh.
see all Lauren's shoes when she did her run up. But she makes it through
Makes
all
it
of
through.
that. I'm just kind of lining something up to get down to the basket.
And that one looks like a good height.
Yep, leave it just
Yeah.
a little short, just circle's edge. Alisha definitely left that one a little short. She
Yep.
probably would have liked a little more air underneath that.
In yesterday's conditions, that one might have skipped up, but today with all this rain, especially on this hole, you can tell how soggy it is.
Yeah. And it was soggy like that all the way down the fairway.
Yep.
Lindsay kind of having
Good
awkward
out.
stance, but yeah, she got out okay.
Fortunate to be able to get into the circle from there.
Let's go.
Ooh,
Ooh, good run. Metal hit.
Carefully walking away. Good putt
Yes.
from Lauren for par. I believe this is for my par.
Oh.
Just a little cage bounce.
These baskets are not being very friendly to you.
No. Oh, Lindsay. Just a little left. Clean up for
Good
bogey.
save. And honestly, bogey's not too bad from where you started in that island.
Yeah.
For everyone getting off of the fairway on this hole, bogey is definitely. I mean, it's not quite a best case scenario, but it definitely could have gone worse.
Yes. Hole 8, par 3, 420 feet. Really, you just want to pump one out here as far as you can. The OB from hole 7 can come into play, but you really have to hyzer something out a lot in order for it to come in. Most people are just looking to pump one out here and then get an easy layup for their 3. 2 is possible, but it's really challenging.
Definitely. It requires, I would say, more like 450 to get all the way to the basket.
Yeah. It does go downhill slightly, but then it does go back up towards the end. It's a great drive from Lauren.
Great drive. Good drive there. This looks like a lot of height.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
she gets
a lot
all the
of
way up
distance.
there. Most drives are landing somewhere close to the base of the hill, probably. So to see that one get almost halfway up. This one looks good from you.
Similar right up
Yeah.
next to the edge there. And Lindsay just pumping one out there. Definitely not a lot of danger on this hole.
Nope. That one's still in the medium grass, so it's a little irritating to your feet, but no penalty strokes, and it doesn't really obstruct your play. That one's left a little wide and short. She'll be in the circle, but near the edge.
Yeah. I kind of do the opposite of her. If we could combine our shots. Alisha looks like she's going to give this a go.
Oh, good run.
That was a good run.
I love that extra little second of focus that she has
Yeah.
on every single one of her routines. I feel like so many times I just rush my throws instead of taking that extra second to make sure I'm focused.
Yep. This is for par. Never mind. Left that one a little wide.
Lindsay hoping to convert from similar distance.
Again, we could combine our shots.
And they would be great.
It would be in the basket. Lauren for her par.
There we go.
Great putt.
Yeah, this will averaging plus 0.36 over par. So no birdies, but not overly too tricky to get to.
Yeah. Just cleaning up bogey. And same with Lindsay. I'm pretty sure her and I were talking about how we play so well and then we play so bad, and how disc golf is so frustrating.
Oh, yes. Oh, so true. Hole 9, par 3, 287 feet. This one is kind of deceiving on where you need to throw off the tee because, as we'll see in a second, it is very uphill off the tee. Most people are trying to throw a big, wide hyzer, and I would say the main error is either throwing it right into this hill or not giving it enough space to hyzer out.
Yep.
So let's see, Lauren. This looks good.
Yep, this looks good from Lauren.
Yeah. So you've really got to start it way out to the right in order to get there. She'll be right at the top of the hill. Another part of the danger is that it goes downhill behind the basket very quickly. So it can be a little unnerving to run some of these putts.
Oh boy.
Alisha, hers looks like it's turning over just a little too much. Yeah, she's almost over in 10's fairway.
No, it'll be, but that one, I mean, she had the distance. So we'll see.
This one I
This
just
looks
try
like
to
a
hang
good
it out
line from you.
wide.
Nice and wide. Sit down.
Catches a roll. Must be in that bush.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to mention the bush and that tree on the left are magnets, and they gather so many throws. This one looks like it's heading towards those.
Yep.
Gosh, that would be lovely.
Definitely was not wide enough
Yep.
out of her hand.
But it didn't look like she went in too deep, and she's close to basket height, so
Yeah.
shouldn't be too scary of a putt. This one, I would guess she's just trying to leave it short and on the left side of the basket, so it's uphill.
Yeah. Great approach.
Yep.
Yep, Lindsay is deep in those bushes.
Oh, good run.
I have a similar spot from where she was. Same thing. Just kind of too challenging of a
Yep.
look from in there.
Looks like Lauren's running this one.
Nope.
Nope.
No,
If you're
and
not
she
feeling
says
it,
no.
that's a smart play. Well, the rest of we had 3 birdies on the rest of our field, and this hole plate is the easiest, playing .14 under par.
Yeah, this one it's really not too challenging.
No, I would not have expected it to be the easiest, though.
Yeah, I could think of like hole 1, hole 2.
Yeah, hole 1, 2.
But this one for sure, as long as you're safe about
Yeah.
it, you're not going to get a bogey for the most part. But
Definitely.
if you can hurt yourself by going for long putts.
Yeah, if you
and-
go for putts or something. And I've seen people get hung up in that tree sometimes, too.
Yep.
Well, that is going to wrap up. Oop, we gotta have Lauren tap out, my bad. And that is going to wrap up our front 9. Any observations or anything?
Just kind of, a slow start for some of
Yeah.
us. Especially me. Definitely slow start there, struggling.
If you clean up the putting, though, you're giving yourself lots of opportunities
Right.
for strokes.
But everyone else
Lots
just kind
of
of
pars.
like, yeah, lots of, no birdies
No
on
birdies
that front 9.
on the
no
entire.
birdies.
That's crazy.
This course is challenging, and it takes and it does not give back. That's for sure.
That is definitely for sure. So make sure to like, subscribe, join the Patreon, and you should definitely check us out on the back 9.